The boy. So, you remember when back in the day villains were actually supposed to be villains? So they would say things, they'd have certain ideologies, and they would do things that made them, villainous. And so Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2, you hated him as a person and as a character and as an antagonist. But the fact of the matter is, you just love to hate him. Honestly, I think he's what made Borderlands 2 a good game. Along with other things. I mean, he was just the icing on the cake that need to continue the game just so you could finally whoop him. But nowadays, villains just not supposed to be that way. And what do I mean? Well, in Marvel, most villains usually represent ideas. So, and spoilers by the way, for instance, in Blue Beetle, you have Mrs. White Capitalist Lady, I don't even remember her name. Then you have the Red Beetle dude, don't even remember his name, but the reason I don't remember their names is they're not really villains. They're sort of caricatures of idea. A good villain is like the Joker. But then you also have that new Shazam movie, which had like three witches of God knows who were the villains that you don't care about. They don't push the story in any way, and obviously the hero wins in the end. But my point is, you have the reason again, and my personal reason why I personally think superheroes are falling flat nowadays is villains are just not like the bad guy is not allowed to be bad, or well, at least they're allowed to be bad in the sense that they represent an idea. So okay, you have angry capitalist lady and Blue Beetle. I don't even know who the villain even was in the Marvels. Never watched it. Don't care. And uh, Doctor Who, no. Uh, I can't even remember the name with the wizard asshole. But anyway, you have this, and this is Mortal Kombat 1. And the point isn't really the characters, though, despite people playing Mortal Kombat 1 for the cameos over the regular characters. You have this, where he says, where Omni Man, which is a prolific villain in Invincible, says, I can't, I can barely read this. Perhaps I'll keep you and your daughters as pets. Wait, yeah. Perhaps I'll keep you and your daughters as pets. And this line alone pissed people off on Twitter for God knows what reason. At this point, I don't even know why they're mad. They're probably just, you know, hardwired, and when they see something that looks like it should be offensive, they just flip out. So you have this person like, so it is real. Dot dot. Okay, so you haven't played the game. I doubt you play games. But you're looking at something where, again, Omni Man is clearly supposed to be the villain. He's clearly a bad guy saying bad things. You have this person in underwear thing. This is so fucking disgusting. I'm genuinely about to throw up. Frowny face. It's like somebody called this woman a doctor because she sees text on the screen and she feels nauseous. It's like somebody come help this woman. But see, here's what I don't understand, right? In the older Mortal Kombat, Shao Kahn was the same way. Like, man literally wanted to conquer the realms to get pussy. Like, that was it. Like, I mean, there was nothing else. I mean, maybe for power, but like when he defeated Gerard in Capture Dania. Like, you had women all flapping themselves all over him. Now, in Mortal Kombat 1, they absolutely neutered him, to nobody's surprise. Again, I called this out. But the problem is, Mortal Kombat 15 actually has more players now than Mortal Kombat 1. Like, I genuinely believe this game, they get, like, when companies release another prequel, another sequel, another this, and another that for games, you see that the previous games get a boost in clients and in people playing, other than the game coming out. Like, for an example, Total War Warhammer 3, when it came out, it was atrocious. And people literally moved back to Total War Warhammer 2 because it was just a better product overall. Like, from 1 to 2, it was just a major leap. Like, I got the game through unsavory methods, but I liked the game enough that I ended up buying it anyway because it was just a good product. But again, in the case of Mortal Kombat 1, it's like more people are playing, say, Street Fighter, and more people are playing the previous Mortal Kombat than this one. See, that's the problem, right? The game is unoriginal, and these people who put tweets like this are the audience. Like, they're the audience for these companies, not me, right? Not you. It's the people that see text on a screen and they feel physically nauseous about a game that they do not play. So when companies cater to these types of people, you get games like Mortal Kombat 1, which is unoriginal. Like, like, all the female characters are over the age of 35, unappealing, unattractive. All the men are soyified. Now, you might get a couple of them with their shirts off, but again, it's like the argument, the question I have is, what is this game for? Like, okay, you have the fighting game community. What the fuck is that? That barbecue sauce? Whatever. You have the fighting game community, but then, like, they don't care, because obviously all the old characters, like, this game's literally like the previous games, only there's no sex appeal. Obviously they kept the violence. Like, even the look of Sindel, like, what the fuck is that look? People care for the cameos more than the actual characters. The game isn't for these people who write these tweets, because I clearly haven't played it. Like, at this point, you would think that the point is to get, like, investment money from, like, the ESG and this, that, and the other. But if the game itself fails, or people are uninterested, I don't really know why. Like, I get it, they want to protect the IP and they want something out to compete. But you see, but they demand $70 for this, and you see games that come out and they're just pretty much shells of what the IP used to be, like Saints Row. And you wonder why. Because the market doesn't want that. The market wants better. They don't want this. But anyway, I don't want to get on to that. I'm just worried about... all I'm talking about is the fact that a character says a line and people flipping shit about it. And again, this is why you have games that are just so, like, so predictable. Like, you know they're going to take things away. Like, whenever a new game comes out, like, say, GTA 6, you know they're going to take away everything that made GTA, because they're scared to death of people like this, who make tweets like these, who don't even play the game. They just flap their mouth, and the company bends over backwards for them. But again, anyway, this is I just don't understand the outrage here. Like, he's clearly a bad guy. Omni-Man is not a good person. This is absolutely something he would say, given his character. I just don't see where the issue is, other than Mortal Kombat being a trash game. But anyway, y'all have fun. Peace.